Welcome to this 10-minute yoga class. Let's get started in downward facing dog. Plant both hands down to the mat. You can tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Feel free to bend your knees as much as you need here and lift the hips up a little higher. Push down through the base of the thumb and index finger and push the hips up a little higher. And if you want, you could bend into the right knee, push the left heel down to the mat. And then bend into the left knee, push the right heel down to the mat. And you can alternate like that with your breath. Lift the left leg up and back. And we're going to step the left foot on the outside of the left hand. Drop the right knee down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Come up onto the fingertips and lift the torso up. Push down through the left heel as you slightly pull your left hip back. Let the front of the right hip relax. You can stay on the fingertips, the right hand. Reach your left hand back and around, maybe bend your right knee. And if you can, reach for your ankle, the top of the right foot. If this is way too much, you can just let your right foot relax and just reach back through the left hand. Wherever you are, try to find your breath. Good. We'll bring the left hand back down on the inside of the left foot. Plant both hands down. Step the left foot back to meet the right, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg up and back. On the exhale, we'll step the right foot now on the outside of the right hand. Drop the left knee down to the mat. Untuck the toes. You're on your fingertips. Extending your spine. Slightly pushing down through your right heel, pulling the right hip back and the left hip forward. And then you can let the front of the left hip relax, getting a hip flexor stretch on the left side. Again, option if you want to stay on the left fingertips, reach your right hand around and back, bend the left knee, maybe reach for the left ankle or the top of the left foot. And just stay here. Find your breath. If that's too much, the left foot can come down to the mat and you can just reach the right hand back. So wherever you are, a couple breaths. Good. After your next exhale, bring the right hand down on the inside of the right foot. And we're going to push down through the palms. Bring the right foot back to meet the left. Downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the left foot up and back. This time we're going to bend the knee, open up the hip. And the tendency is to spill all our weight into the right hand. Push down through the left palm. Try to push down through both palms evenly. And then we'll step the left knee behind the left wrist for pigeon pose. Come up on your fingertips and then walk your hands back right underneath your shoulders to hold your torso upright here in the pigeon. And then try to access strength from the outer left hip and the front of the right hip. And see if you can hold your torso upright, maybe without your hands. If you need your fingertips, stay on the fingertips, that's fine. But just try to access some strength here in the hips. Good. And then walk the hands in front of the left shin. If you want, you can walk the left ankle forward and then maybe come down on the forearms first. Think of pulling the left hip back and the right hip forward, and stay on top of the right knee. Good. And then you can stay on your forearms or relax your belly down to the mat over your shin. Good. Deep inhale through the nose. And then exhale out through the mouth. Good. From here, walk the hands back in towards your hips, towards your left shin. And then we're just going to fall onto the left hip. We're going to swing the right leg all the way around, and we're going to stack the right knee on top of the left knee. The knee on top of knee, and then you're sitting in between your heels. It helps if you want to shift your weight forward, come onto your hands, stack the knees, and then slowly sit back between your heels. If this is way too much, sit up on a block or any elevated platform here to bring the ground to you. Good, so knees are stacked. Stand up tall, sit up tall rather. And then we're going to reach the right arm up, bend the right elbow so the hand comes between the shoulder blades. Use the left hand to grab the right elbow and then pull the right elbow back a little bit. Good. And then we'll bring the left hand around, thumb down, bring it all the way around, and see if you can interlace your right, or just interlock your right and left fingertips here. Maybe you can bind. Keep pushing the head back into the right forearm. If you have a bind, that's awesome. If not, you can grab your shirt, or you don't need to grab anything. You can just make fists with your hands, or not make fists with your hands. This is a great shoulder opener here. Good, release it wherever you are. And then bring your hands right in front of your knees on the mat. And we're just gonna sit up and stand on our shins, our knees, and the tops of the feet. So the knee on top of knee stacking stays exactly the same, but we're now standing on our shins. Bring the right elbow underneath the left, and let's try to double wrap the arms for eagle arms. If this is too much, you can just grab the outsides of your shoulders, give yourself a little hug. So this is a big opener for the rotators of the hip. So I'm sure you probably feel it here. Find your breath. Good. Unravel the arms. And we're just going to plant the hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in through the nose. Sorry. Exhale out through the mouth. One more time. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. Good. We'll inhale, reach the right leg up and back. Bend the right knee, open up the hip here. Good. The tendency is to spill weight into the left hand. Just try to push down through the right palm. Push down through both palms evenly as you open up the hip. And then we'll bring the right knee forward. Place the right knee right behind the right wrist. Good. We'll come up onto the fingertips. Walk your hands right underneath your shoulders. And try to hold your torso upright here. If you don't need your hands, great. Try to access strength from the hips to hold yourself upright. If you need to stay on your fingertips and need your hands, that's fine. Good. Bring the hands forward. Walk the right ankle forward if you want. You can stay at an angle if you'd like. And then we'll come down to the forearms over the right shin. If you can, pull the right hip back and the left hip forward. And try to stay on top of the left knee here. Walk your hands forward and maybe fold over that right shin. You can stack your hands and make a little pillow for your forehead. Deep breaths. The muscles of the hips are the biggest muscles in the body. They're slow, prolonged muscle fibers, as opposed to the muscles in the fingers are fast twitch muscle fibers. So the muscles of the hip take a slow, longer time to fire up and also relax and open up. So you have to find your breath in the pose. And it takes time. Good. Walk the hands back towards your shin. Come up on your fingertips. And we're just going to fall onto the right hip. Swing the left leg around. And we're going to stack the left knee on top of the right knee. So knee on top of knee. If you need, shift your weight forward, come on your hands, stack the knees, and then you can sit back in between your heels. Also, if you have a block and this is uncomfortable, sit up on a block. Perfect. Stay here for a moment. And we'll reach the left arm up, bend at the elbow, bring the hand between the shoulder blades. You can take your right hand and pull the left elbow back slightly. Good. Turn the right thumb down and swing the right arm around. And then reach for the fingers of the left hand. If you can, interlock your fingers. Push the head back into the forearm. Sit up tall. If you can't bind your hands, you can grab your shirt or just relax the hands or make fists. Reaching in this direction is a great opener as it is. You don't need a bind. One more breath. Release the bind, bring your hands forward, and we're just going to lift the hips, stand up on your knees, shins, tops of your feet. Good. We'll cross the left elbow underneath the right this time for eagle arms. If you can, palms can face each other as you double wrap. If that's too much, you can just grab the outsides of your shoulders and give yourself a hug. Find your breath. This is a deep opener for the rotators of the hip, so I know it's not easy. You're probably feeling something here. Good. Release the wrapping of the arms, plant the hands down, unravel your legs, and we'll just step back, downward facing dog. Begin to slowly walk your hands back towards your feet, and you'll be in a forward fold in the back of the mat. Let your spine, shoulders, and neck, head relax. Bend your knees as much as you need to let it all relax. Interlace your fingers right behind your head, the back of your head. Let the weight of the arms, forearms, hands, to disengage the arms. Let the weight of the arms stretch the back of the neck. Tuck your chin, bend your knees. Begin to round your spine up, chin into chest. As you come up, weight of the arms, stretching the back of the neck. When you come all the way up to a standing position, push the head back into the hands. Elbows can come wide. Lift the chest, inhale. And exhale. You can let it all go. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed. See you again soon. Peace.